I think a random encounter was I was hosting an event for it's the one world where you get to live action play and
Audience
it
Audience
Anarchy?
Anarchy. Oh
yeah, that
God, I
one.
remember
And
that night. I know what night you're talking about.
there was just like
Oh.
these God, I don't remember what anime it was from, but like a bunch of anime people came in and they were started like voice acting like their animes, and then they
Hello, welcome to Metaverse Degen. I'm Lion, and currently there's no rap today. He's helping his parents right now, but we are joined by our wonderfully three guests.
Hello.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Thank you for joining us. Mask your names. What are you known for, and how'd you get into VRChat?
You first.
you
Here.
first. You first? Me
Yeah,
first? Oh,
Ashraf
well,
goes
hi.
first. Either
Oh,
one
I
of you.
first? Okay, okay. Hello, I'm Astra Aurora, although I'm in VRChat, mostly known as Compared Astra. I am the head of events and temporary head of media for the time being, and I'm just here causing chaos with them.
Oh,
Hello, I'm Cherry Cake. I'm mainly the head angel and HR of the Synapse. I started playing VR chat back in like 2017. Didn't get a headset till like 2019, and I've just been playing, hopping around ever since. Yep.
oh.
Oh, well, I'm the community, or I'm Church. I'm the community rep of the Synapse. I joined also back in 2017, and yeah.
Oh. So, Mask,
Baba.
what is a synapse, and how did you three get involved with the group initially? What was your first introductions to it?
That's you to
That one's for
start.
you to start.
Damn.
Yeah.
I am the original person that founded the Synapse. I did it. I made it to give a stutter much. I started the Synapse to give people a place to hang out without being discriminated against and to have fun. And it slowly developed into what it is today as a community to go out and help other people in the community, get people more interested into VR chat, and give them make their lives a little bit better,
Oh,
and sort of guide them towards a brighter future.
okay. Oh, what about you,
I
Cherokee?
originally got I originally just was I think I met you at VRCon and you asked if I could join and help out with some like behind the scenes staff work, and then ever since I've just been helping out with like mainly the server, and I did some events a bit ago, but I mainly help out in the back end. It's where
Yeah.
I do best at least.
Also,
Oh.
those little speeches I gave you probably would be good to talk about here too.
Oh.
The ones for the website.
Oh, that's so true. I would have to pull those up, so it'd be
Yeah,
a
yeah.
sec.
That would be perfect to use here. But yeah.
Oh.
So I joined pretty recently, within the past 6 months, 7 months. I think my
I would
math
say it
is
was a
off.
little bit over a year ago.
Oh, it was a
How
year.
long?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hard to believe it. So yeah, I joined about a year ago. At first, I struggled being social, so I didn't have a lot of groups or let alone people that I would be with, other than maybe Wolfies in the Veracity community, where I was learning to be more social.
Hmm.
So when Church told me a little bit more about Synapse after trying to get me to join for a couple of years, I said, you know what? Let's do it. I'm only gonna get better with being social.
Hmm.
And I kind of just ended up making a place, getting to know some of the people, and it's been a wild ride.
Oh, wow.
Mm,
Oh, well, thank you very much.
they're savage.
Mask, what initially inspired the Synapse, and what led you to creating it?
Like I said before, it originally it started out as a small group of just people that want to hang out and have fun without being discriminated against or just having fun in VR chat. And then it grew from that to somewhat of a streamer group, and then it moved on to going on to like being a supportive group where people can come hang out and come to our events. We started originally doing our most popular event, our Sunday night game night, which is also happening tonight if you'd like to attend. And it's been growing from like 10 people coming out just to hang out to, I would say, a couple hundred people coming out every Sunday night.
You max
So
out the instances within a couple hours.
yeah, we're not even a couple hours, within an hour, I would say now. And then
wow.
half the time we have to open other lobbies for people to go play in and just participate in our events. But ever since then, we've just been slowly growing, building our event team, building our different teams to best like coordinate our future plans. And yeah, our goal is to help those in VRChat and give them a better time on the platform and just make their lives a little bit better and help educate them about anything they might need help with, like learning how to clone avatar, to helping them make models, anything basically VRChat related.
Oh, wow. What kind of events do you guys normally host for people to attend? What kinds of things do you offer for your community?
So that mostly depends on the hosts themselves. In the events community, we have multiple hosts of different types. We have someone who hosts Jackbox at least once a week on Fridays or Sundays. We have some people who focus more so on game events, some people who may focus on more chill or relax. It mostly focuses on who the host is, but we have a wide variety. But our main rule is nothing 18 plus. Everything must be PG-13 unless
We want to
given approval.
Yeah, we want to be accepting for people, but at the same time, like for some events, we'll allow it just to be adults only. For like, yeah, we're like just like the hangout and stuff for like the VIP lobbies for when we do like our anniversary event. It's just I don't know how to explain that without it sounding bad, but it's more or less just like some people feel uncomfortable around kids and whatever, and we'll allow them to have there, but it's still a wholesome and safe environment, just with a little bit more protection. But we rarely do those. Most of our events are accepting for everybody. Everybody's welcome to come out, have fun, and yeah, just like participate in our games. And we have pretty active moderation nowadays. I think we have, let me check. I think it's like 30 something moderators on our roster.
Oh, wow.
Just want to look at that, but not all of them are online, so I'd have to roll through the roles.
Oh,
It should be that on the one roll. But yeah. Where is the role? I need to organize them. Yeah, I would say around 30 something moderators active on our team right now.
oh, wow. So how long did it take before when you first started being just a group of friends to then having like different roles and volunteers and staff? What led to that kind of growth within the community?
Well, it was I would say about like a little bit under a year from it to
I'd
grow
say a
from a
little bit
friend group
over.
out. Are you sure?
Like you
I thought it
started
was a little bit under.
I came here like on the second year of the Synapse, and it started out with friend group, and then it went into so much more because you put so much more time into it, and you put so much more like you were really out in it was Icarus and going out and doing the public lobbies and then just talking to everybody, and then it just kind of like shot up from there. And then the more outreach that we got, the more people were like interested in like helping out. And
Oh,
it just
wow.
kind of blew up
Yeah.
for like a little more than a year. Like last year, it was slow, but then it popped up like crazy. Like you were just talking about how
Yeah.
we almost have 10K on our group, VRC group now.
Oh,
It's
wow.
awesome.
Yeah. And by the time you post this, it's probably going to be around 10K or above.
Holy
We're
shit.
gaining like, I think the last time I checked, we're gaining around over 100 people a day within our VRC group and around 10 or so in our Discord.
Oh, wow. That's quite the amount of people. Did you expect that kind of growth when you started?
No, definitely not. Especially back then, we didn't even know about any of the group systems or anything coming out. So just to see this type of growth is insane.
Hmm. So I'd like to ask you guys another more interesting question as well. From all the events you've attended and everything you've done with the Synapse, what have been some of your favorite moments or memories with the group?
You guys go
I
first.
I really liked I got to watch the video, but we did a DPS and Synapse court case. I was really into like getting that started, and it was really fun making all the cases and then watching how it happened. Unfortunately, I couldn't attend because of school,
Hmm.
but watching that recording was like it's really funny. I like that
Yeah.
a lot.
Mm. That's probably one of my favorites too, because I actually got to go there. Me and Tofu were the ones recording it, and when we got to the Santa case, that was funny. Charging Santa with
Oh
breaking and
God.
entering. I think the only other moment that I loved was when there's a kid called Kerbers. He's told me about how his name was actually a typo, and we all laugh about this every time because he jokes about it
No
on occasion
cookies.
still.
No
How do you steal my
cookies.
cookies?
No, the meme. No cookies.
But the joke is his name was a typo because his name was supposed to be Cerberus, but he never changed it to it. He just kept it because he went, you know what? This is my name now. So we always joke
Yeah.
about it every now and then.
Work, work, work.
Your favorite
Yeah, that's
movement?
Aries.
I would say our anniversary events, they get pretty lively, just like having to look back at the memories. And then I would say one of my favorites is the birthday party where all you guys came out and we had fun.
Oh yeah.
And it made me very happy. Then just like the anniversary events, like they make me pretty happy
Oh wow.
to seeing how much the Synapse has grown. Yeah.
Oh, so I would like to actually dip in and ask about some of those events, like the court case that you did a video on. What inspired that whole thing, and what kind of cases did you charge people with on top of Santa being charged with breaking and entering?
Oh
So
my
that might be
gosh.
something for me to start off with since
Yeah.
it started
It was
before
your
both of you
joke.
guys joined. Yeah, so originally during VRCon when we participated, we're just messing around, having fun, and then eventually I was like, okay, I'm bored, and some of the other staff members and I, from the Synapse, went over to the DPS booth and said, hey, we'd like our Little Caesars pizza. And then there was a whole hostage situation. Long story short, they refused to give us our Little Caesar pizza, and yeah, somebody might have gotten stabbed with a toothbrush. But
Oh
yeah,
wow.
yeah. So then we were like, yeah, since the DPS and us started around the same time, we're like, yeah, so let's do something together, and we did a partnership event, and that was really fun. Everybody enjoyed it. Just sadly enough, we didn't get to do more. We were hoping to do more, but as you know, they closed their doors down, so yeah.
Oh, so what kind of cases did you end up having during the whole event? May I ask what kinds of things did you do during it?
The hostage situation with the Little Caesars pizza. Uh,
Stolen package.
yeah,
Oh,
stolen
yeah.
package.
Santa
Refusal to
breaking
give us
and
our Little
entering.
Caesars pizza. Yeah, that, and then the whole Santa thing. Since it was around Christmas time that we did this.
Mm.
Hmm.
We had to take advantage of the season.
Yeah, I don't blame
Yeah.
you. So what about that event makes it your two favorites of the events you ran, may I ask? Ooh.
just just how silly it went.
Mhm.
You would think most of it would be quote unquote RP professional. It was hard to keep from chuckling just so that my voice wouldn't be heard.
Oh.
It was. I think it's worse when you actually have to go up on there, either as defendant, prosecutor, judge, or anything up there, because you have to try to speak and do a silly case without breaking character.
Ooh. Okay. And one of the other events mentioned by you was the birthday parties. How many has the Synapse had so far, and what about them do you always
So
enjoy
we only
having?
did one last year, and that was slightly to try to release this world. And also, I just wanted to do something for my birthday party, or for my birthday, and they're like, yeah, let's do something. Eventually, we're gonna do ones for these two.
My birthday's
But
on Tuesday. So no.
it is?
Yeah, my birthday's on Tuesday.
You never tell me this stuff.
No, I didn't. So that's completely my bad. But yeah.
I'm strangling you after. I'm shoving you off the edge. You're being shoved off the edge.
No.
Actually, hold on.
I'm still alive.
Uh,
You throw me off
yeah,
later.
the birthday party is pretty cool, but yeah. but we've only done one so far. We want to do more for the staff and the rest of the team, but it's stuff still being sorted out. We got so much stuff planned, it's ridiculous. But I will be right back. Yeah, these two will take over.
Okay.
Be right back. I'm gonna go get a funny thing.
Okay.
Hold
So
on.
we own the Synapse now?
Yeah, we are the original owners of the Synapse.
How does it make you feel being the new adopted owners of the Synapse?
Oh god, I'm quivering stress. I'm just kidding.
Now
We're
that
gonna
you're here, we're going to do a lot of business. Are you ready?
God.
No.
This bad boy can drive miles. Contacting you regarding your car. What is that?
Oh no.
Where,
Don't look above your head.
What is it a van? But no.
Sorry, I had to send somebody to Snurch.
The snurch? What is snurch?
Yeah. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You'll only learn about it if you act up.
Ah,
Like
so
a duck sound.
What's the music that was?
How was
God.
Snurch? How was Snurch?
Oh. That was I just got sent to a room with a snail. I
Tell
mean,
me
I
if you can
wasn't
grab
sent
that.
to a room with a snail. I cannot
No,
grab
this
it
beard.
on desktop. No.
Okay. Yeah, that's weird. I must have not whitelist you. But yeah, that's yeah, we don't talk about that. That didn't happen. But yeah, let's go on.
fair enough. So, how many events have you guys ever held within the Synapse, and what were some of the earlier events like before you guys got large?
Murder mystery. I was never in
Oh
those, but I
yeah.
love murder
So
mystery.
our murder mystery is actually an event that's starting up here soon. I gotta look into that, by the way. But yeah, basically it's role playing out into like if you've watched Danganronpa, it's basically a role play version of Danganronpa.
Oh,
To where people can go around murder people and you have to figure out who the murderer is, etc., etc. It's really fun and it takes so long, but it's still fun. Like time passes so fast when you're playing. It's ridiculous. So those are one of the events we started off doing along with our Sunday night game night. And then it cut off because it's very intensive. Our staff has to learn the whole process, go through training with somebody, and then start it up. And then by the time that's done, it gets very complicated and yeah. But we have two new event staff that have actually joined that are starting our murder mystery part of our community back up. So that's really fun. Keep an eye out for that, and hopefully you can participate and have fun. Yeah.
So, a question for
As
those.
for
Oh, sorry.
never mind.
No, you first. I'm getting ahead of myself.
I was just gonna say, as for how many events we've had, we have like every day. There's like so many events. Like we've had probably hundreds of events since the Synapse has started. Like you scroll through the announcements tabs and there's just so many.
Yeah.
Every day there's different events going on all the time.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
I love
Sadly,
that.
right now it's not too many of every day, just because pretty much all of our staff are going to full-time college. Or they're dealing with working and all that, so our stuff's cut back for like the next week or two, but it should start picking up again here soon.
Winter break, Halloween, all that jazz. We love breaks.
What's this more of people settling in? But yeah.
Oh, so how much has the community changed since it first started opening up to the public? What was like the groups like initially, and then how did they seem any different as more people came in?
I would say it's gotten more lively. People have gotten to like interacting with each other more. There's been more activity. We've gotten more people wanting to volunteer. Also, alongside that, our community, 100% volunteer. All of our proceeds and all the money donated to us goes towards like paying for posters and software for our staff team to use. Like for our development team, we help pay for their software they use and buying assets and stuff. Like some of these assets in the world are some of them are bought so that we can make the world feel a little bit more lively. But yeah.
I haven't seen like Every time I've gone to an event, it's always really lively. In the earlier days, it was the only thing that was struggling was trying to start conversation. So I think like the energy has definitely like increased for sure. But that's just because the amount of people,
Hmm.
and like that also just
Yeah.
goes with VR chat. I feel like a lot of more people, like as people start playing, they just get more social. And that's a lot of like the reason of why people play VR chat, to become more social. And we will
Yeah.
definitely holster that emotion and make it like 10 times more. And
Hmm.
you don't
Yeah.
want to be at an event that's like everybody's quiet and muted if you're just playing like what is it, Murder 4, and
Yeah.
everyone's just like playing the game on repeat. No, we want to have that social interaction. I think we get really well with that.
We
Okay.
pride ourselves on trying to help encourage people to be more communicative, or like being able to make friends and have a fun
Expressive.
time.
Social.
Yeah,
Yeah,
expressing
that word.
themselves and being more social.
Oh wow. So have you guys ever had the chance of benefiting from that end of the group yourselves?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
These two used to be very shy before they joined the Synapse team. Hey, I'm being
Oh.
honest. I was
I
too.
know. I wouldn't talk to anyone when I first joined VR chat.
Oh.
It's always nerve-wracking, different. It's like completely different than like hanging out with people in real life. Just it's
Oh no, I
an
didn't hang out
experience.
with people in real life that much either.
Oh then damn.
And now y'all can't get me to shut up.
Good. We love
But
the yapping.
a lot of the people that have come from our community have gone on to starting up their own communities, helping run large communities, like helping with pjkt, and just either like starting up their own streaming community and stuff like that. We've given them the skills to go out and improve their social skills and better themselves, and that's what we're all here for, is to make people more happy and more social and have fun. So
Mm.
yeah.
Oh. So were there any moments during the since it started that you guys felt proud to be a part of Synapse, or that Synapse is in VR chat?
Yes.
I'm always proud.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just seeing how the community is growing and all the different opportunities that we get. I just think I'm like, wow, I get to be a part of this opportunity. I get to help and see like others strive and see the community grow. It's every day. I'm just like, wow.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm glad that I get to do what I get to do.
Mm.
And I'm hoping for that to expand and to give that feeling to more people.
Oh. Okay. So what is it you guys intend to do with Synapse in the future? What are your future goals?
We
APP?
expand to go down a couple different routes, like APP, which is our role play part of our community. There's further plans down the road which have not been started yet, but like doing like military stuff or doing competition stuff, and maybe some starting up our music side. But that's hopefully once we get our new world finished, which hopefully be coming out before anniversary. If not, then hopefully by summer of next year. We'll
Oh.
see.
God, there's a lot that we want to add, so don't want to
Yeah.
crush it. Like throw out something that's bare minimum. What was it like
Yeah.
that cyberpunk game? Everyone wanted it. They threw it out bare minimum.
Oh God, yeah. We want to make sure that people are enjoying what we give them, and we want our whole idea with APP is to be able to have like people come out and role play, having fun or doing stuff, while also giving back to the community. So like role playing, going out and being angels that are helpful to people, and they will have like different tasks to do, and by doing this, they're also helping the community. So like, or by like, say a group of angels are going out into like the black cat or something, and somebody needs help, they'll role play as a community guide, helping them and bringing them to our lovely world, to where we can introduce them to the world of VR chat, the true side of VR chat, not just like sitting in front of a mirror at the black cat, but more of the different communities. Like if that person likes Star Wars, we can lead them to the Clone Wars groups that are out there, or just like
Yeah.
help them build an avatar that they want that represents them as their self. But yeah.
Oh wow. So what inspired you guys to want to expand in that route, having uh, community outreach with VR chat and having these angels? What made you want to start that up?
Well, most of us come from different roleplay communities in VRChat. And then plus it's just one of the popular things in VRChat. People enjoy it, and we want to give people entertainment while also having them passively help the community. That's the whole idea.
Okay.
Yeah, I personally also like showing people that join the Synapse other communities that would like, the people and to get like, for instance, helping hands. I help with them. Well, I don't help with them. I like joining their classes, and I have honestly haven't gone too many because of classes like IRL. But seeing new people like join the Synapse and them being like either mute or just wanting to learn a different language, I would gladly send them over there any day. And then the people who are more, into Clone Wars or like police role play and stuff, we can send them to other communities and just the tree of Synapse, like, spreading, like
Yeah.
having this as a hub and then spreading out and giving more communities like outreach at that time. At that, I'm having a stroke. You get what I mean, right?
Yeah. But we also go about helping out newer communities. Like we've had a couple communities that we've passed by that we've offered help to, and we've helped them grow from like 50 people all the way up to around 300 or so, and one even up to almost 2,000 people in their Discord and thousands in their VRC group.
Wow.
A
Not
lot
only
of
growing us,
groups
but the
have
others.
Yeah, and a lot of groups have spurred off of our ideas. Like they're right now with our how big our VRC group is, we've had a lot of groups with our ideals and like our idea or like not ideas, but like our sort of like our theme with the angels and everything spur off and start growing their own communities, which is kind of nice to see that people are inspired by us. And it's really nice. We've had also a lot of communities come up to us and be like, yeah, your community inspired me to do what I'm doing, like inspired me to start up our own Black Cat group or inspired us to start our own community, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah,
Oh wow.
so it's happy to see.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I've got a two-parter. One of it continues on this topic. The other is another question based on something else he said. Were there any moments in your Vrchat history where someone came by and helped you in that way? And where did the angels come from for your theme, for your group?
You guys want to answer the first one? I'll answer the second.
Sure.
You can go. I'm just thinking.
Alright. Well, I guess for me, that would probably actually have to be Wolveeps, because Wolveeps is actually the one who helped me in the first place, learning how to be social and basically helped me be me. I'm still a long ways from being anywhere near where I probably should be, but thanks to Wolveeps taking me under her wing, I've started being social, and then everyone else has kind of helped me progress that slowly.
Oh wow.
I would have to say a friend that I met years ago. Unfortunately, I don't think he gets on anymore, but his name was Captain Awesome. And it was my first time back in VRChat for a while, and I was trying to learn sign language, and I was having a stroke, and I was too nervous to actually join the Helping Hands classes, so he would help me just like learn the basics of like, finger spelling, and then we'd spend like every single day signing in the ASL world, and then finally he got me enough courage to join the classes, and that kind of like spurred me off into like different communities because I met so many people in those classes that made me meet the community that I used to help out with, which is the LPD, and then that's when I met Church, and then Church, and just it just spread from now to where I am, and it just kind of like exploded, and I will thank him every single time I get to see him, just like helping me out when I was kind of stressed and I didn't know what to do, but I love it. Just one person can change your life like that. It's crazy.
It is very crazy.
Yeah. I would say mine would be somebody named the Phantom Mantis. When I first joined VRChat, them and a large group of people and gave me a place to hang out and help me, or like I was very socially unacceptable, I would say, because of my autism and how I would interact with people. And they gave me an outlet to go to and have fun. They understood that not a lot of the stuff I say would be like acceptable, but it's not in a harsh way, or like I would be bad socially. And they gave me a place to go to. They inspired me to start my 3D modeling and reach out to new people and socialize. Sadly, they're one of those people that have moved on from VRChat, but they've forever inspired me to do what I do now and keep going.
Wow. That's actually, all of those seem like really wholesome things. Do you think that has changed your early player experience by having someone help you like that versus like going to the Black Cat, seeing funny gamer words and mirrors? Whoa, what are you doing here? This is wild.
What are you doing here?
I was here to remind these guys of something. What are you doing?
Yeah, what are you going to remind them about, Lion? I wanted to remind them about something too.
By the way, did you have fun at pjkt or Vrchat this year? Is there another convention that you're looking forward, but it's kind of not the season? Well, there's one coming up for Halloween that would be definitely down your alley if you're into spooky, scary stuff as well, which is HorrorCon, which is October 26th and 27th this year. So you should definitely go. See booze, people make stuff here in VR. Lots of crazy stuff for you to go check out.
There's also going to be DJs as well as many different worlds and events, from panels to amazing things along the way. You'll have to check it out. It is a 2-day event, like Lion said, October 26th and 27th. Make sure to be there. Go down in the description, discord.gg/pjkt, and also HorrorCon's Discord will also be down there as well. Go check it out. It'll be an amazing time. You'll probably see us there. There's a lot of amazing people, from horror creators to world creators of the horror genre, all sorts of stuff. You don't want to miss it.
Not at all. Go down the description. Everything you need to know to find out where to go to attend is right down below in the Hoobly What's the Thingy down there. So sorry to interrupt your current viewing pleasure. Hopefully you enjoy the rest of whoever the guest is at this moment. I don't know who it is.
There's a lot. There's going to be a lot. We'll see you at HorrorCon. Woo!
See you at HorrorCon.
Yeah.
Funny gamer words.
Oh god, funny gamer words. So honestly, originally when we started doing our public lobbies was way before the whole group system. We these two weren't here then, but we would go out into the public world, especially like I would say it originally started after Christmas because everybody was getting their headsets, and I'm like, okay, let's go out and try. We saw a need for those that are first joining the platform to have a little bit of an introduction and peace of mind and helping them around the platform. So we would go out onto a public Black Cat or just a public world in general and help those that are coming on. And we would do that for about a week after Christmas would start. And
Oh, wow.
then I think that was back in 2020 Christmas. And when it was just me and like 2 other people. And then we moved on to 2021. Oh, I'm on blue. Okay. We moved on to 2021 to where we would go on for about a week or 2 with just a couple of us, and then went to 2023 where I think a couple of you guys were there, and that was like around the time the group system came out. Sometime around then, and we just grew, and once that was happening, a lot of people saw us doing this and it was like, yeah, let's host a public instance, let's do this. And we just inspired, I would say, a lot of the Black Cat communities, or the people that were running public lobbies in the Black Cat, spurred off of us and how we started stuff. But yeah, I will be right back. I'll let these 2 take over.
Okay. Well, then
You're in danger.
I would like to ask you the next question. The part of that dual parter was, where did the theme of angels come from for the group?
Oh, I think that would also be a church question, but from what he's explained it's just angels are like a pure kind of character that's just like a helping, like, you know, when you see something, not religiously obviously, but like it's a pure person, a being, something helpful. Can you explain that more?
Yeah. So the idea of angels, I would say originally started with my idea of like we wanted to give some idea of people that are going to go out and give out wholesome vibes, be able to help those in need, and the perfect idea was angel. Not so much of being religiously connected. We personally, I don't believe that we should be like connected to that, and that's kind of our belief is we're not connected to any religious group or anything, but it is still like a passionate figure inside of folklore and everything else, and we wanted to, yeah, it best represented us in the storyline that we're going with when it comes to the synapse. So we thought best to sort of be like angels, and like there's different types. Where they're not all like one-on-one angels. They don't all have halos and wings. Uh, some will be like crow figures, and some will be like sort of dragon types, but they're all around the same. They'll all have like sort of like this above their head with some sort of wing type, if you get my drift.
No, I understand.
So, instance, you could become an angel. You just gotta have, or not angel, but like, yeah, we'll just say angel. You could become angel helper or somebody. You could have wings and a halo, but yeah.
Oh, so what initially made you guys want to use that as your theme? And you mentioned a storyline. There's a storyline to the Synapse?
Oh, my mic was muted. Yeah, there is a storyline. Not all of it's public, but we eventually here soon will release somewhat of a storyline. But all of that will be followed on with our whole roleplay section. Like APP will follow along the storyline. Like there's a prequel, and then we meet in the middle, and then there's a story that the community will build over time. Most of the story for the Synapse will be built from where the APP starts by the community.
Okay. And something else like that, since you mentioned earlier before groups you would after Christmas host public instances, what were the people coming in after Christmas like, and what was it like trying to host instances before the groups was out and available?
Well, we had, or actually, I wouldn't say there was too many issues with vote kicks. Yeah, groups made it definitely easier. It was very hard to keep worlds open.
And monetize it, like moderate them.
Yeah, but we did have a lot of moderators, at least in the second, like in 2023 around that time, or not 2023, but 2022 and 2021. Around those years, we had a lot of what do you call it? We had a lot of people coming out that were interested in help vote kicking and doing stuff like that. What's up?
When did like the what is it, the EAC ban come out? What year was that?
I don't know, but we were doing it before EAC.
Yeah, I think a lot of the new, like, just VRChat system stuff made it easier, and the type of people, definitely the ones that wanted to, like, mess with things slowly started dwindling because of all the different moderation and different stuff that VRChat has helped out with. But I feel like the people themselves, we kind of try to keep, like, good vibes. So if there's somebody, like, obviously there to say funny gamer words and be mean, then bye-bye. But it's usually pretty chill. All different types of people, very, very ethnic, very demure.
Yeah, very demure. But yeah, most honestly, our community keeps a very like wholesome and passive vibe. We don't really have that many troublemakers, and if we do nowadays, they're usually handled very quickly by our moderation team. We have this one staff or one moderator, or like VAM is what we like to call it, or volunteer angel mods. They're not on the staff team, but they've been trained to moderate and have gone through a process to where they've been vetted into properly moderating. And one of our outstanding VAMs is Nightmare. They're like almost 24/7 moderating a public blackcat, documenting the kicks and bans, training new people, including new staff members, and they've been doing an outstanding job. And we've just been, ever since we started the VAM program, we just keep getting more volunteers, and more people interested. It's like on a weekly basis, we have people filling out applications to join either our staff team or volunteer team.
Oh, wow. I have a couple of questions, but first, you mentioned a name I recognize. Was it the same Nightmare during pjkt that would like steal the police box and hide stuff things in the Habu booth?
That sounds like nightmare.
I'm not surprised.
I remember at one point during pjkt, Nightmare went to steal the Raptor PNG we had, and it was just a funny experience watching Nightmare fly through the world, grab the PNG, and fly off with it. Didn't expect him there, or Nightmare
Yeah.
there at all.
They're a gremlin, I swear.
So, something else you mentioned as well with the VAMs, volunteer angel mods. What kind of vetting do you do and rules do you have for those who moderate instances?
So we have either I or one of the veteran moderators, like Nightmare or what's her name, Wyatt or Ragnarok, is what their name is called. They've both are very good at training people. They've spent hours helping people in the community and moderating our instances, and they usually go through the training process with people. And the training process takes about an hour to 2 hours, depending on how fast you get, or that the person can take in the skills and everything we have to give them. And after that, they get watched for about a couple days. We watch their logs and how they're removing people. We listen to people's tickets to see if there's any issues. And we have a lot of our other veteran moderators also hanging out with them while they do their first couple days of moderation on their own. And I think we've only had one issue with somebody, and besides that, it's been nothing but good. Like, they're doing a good job. They're coming in, helping support the community whenever they have free time. Unlike our staff team, they don't have they don't have the responsibility to, like, they have to do this on this day. They don't have to set an event on this day. They can come in, moderate when they have free time, and then leave if they want. Our staff team, on the other hand, like our angel guards, they're constantly watching the ticket system. They're helping support people. Our events team, I think they gotta put like 2 events a month, something like that.
At least try to.
And
If they can't, they just tell us if they can't.
Yeah, so it's a little bit more lenient, but also a little bit more strict. It's complicated. There's a lot of stuff I also can't talk about that I'm trying to avoid, but yeah.
Understand. I'm gonna ask a question that may be one of those things, but once you guys get tickets from the moderators, what do you guys do with that information from the moderators?
What do you mean? Like, as in somebody putting in tickets saying, like, there's something going on in the world?
Yeah.
So usually it gets handled within 5 minutes of a report being made. I would say actually that's the longest time. It's usually within the first couple seconds that a moderator will come in and, like, will handle it and deal with the situation. It's usually like overload of, like, either, I don't know. We've had I don't know if I can talk about that.
We've had a number of issues that we've handled.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say most of the stuff we're handling is either gets sorted out in a week, or we're already in talks with either putting in a canny post or talking to VRChat moderation team about how to resolve it the best way. And usually it gets sorted out very quickly.
Okay.
There's never been nothing that wasn't solvable.
Yeah. We've always been able to solve stuff. Like, at this point, if we have somebody that's coming in using a malicious client, they just instantly get removed and put on, or not. I wouldn't say put on, but like the ban thing for the VRC group. So it's like, compared to back in the day, and compared to back to the day where they were only removed from the lobby for an hour, to now to where they can't rejoin. It makes it a lot easier. But to be fair, at the same time, we do want to give them the freedom, because we do feel like people can change in the future. Like, if somebody was using a client or something in the past and they've changed and they're, like, upset about not being able to join our lobby, we have a ban appeal form on our website, very accessible. Also within our I think it's in the rules or the about us section for our community. and anybody can fill it out if they feel like there was wrongdoing or something like that. But they can always fill it out because we do feel like our moderation team should be put up to the same standards as those in and or outside of our community.
Okay. Well, I think it's a very wholesome thing for you to go through that much effort to moderate and watch instances. What made you want to start that whole thing up to begin with back before groups?
Just the idea of helping people that are coming onto the platform. Like, we see a lot of people that don't know how to, like, clone avatars, don't know how to join worlds, don't know how to join groups, or just a lot of the basic stuff you think they would already know, but they don't. I will say a lot of people do not like to read the stuff that's in the loading screen, and in a lot of other areas, so we try to help them out with that. And then also, not a lot of people know that the posters on most of these worlds are actual communities. A lot of people think, oh yeah, they're just decorations, etc., etc. To be honest, I played VRChat for years and didn't know there was communities in VRChat until I joined the special group that both me and Cherry met at. Yeah, just it's crazy to think about that now that like how much interaction we have within VRChat or like within the VRChat communities.
Yeah,
But
personally,
yeah.
I did the same. I would just join a world and I would not look at the spawn in, and had no clue there was posters there.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, how much has lobbies and VRChat changed since you guys been communicating with the new people and public lobbies the way you have?
Like how them specifically, like the lobbies or the people or
all of the above? Like, how has like VRChat, like as a culture and a people and a group and a community changed since you guys been interacting the way you have with publics as often as you do?
oh gosh.
I would
I mean,
say
it's
we've
definitely
encouraged.
different.
Yeah,
Like-
we've definitely left an impact on VRChat. Especially like the blackcat lobbies. That's like our home world. And like I said, a lot of communities have spurred off from us and have taken our ideas, or not ideas, but like ideals, in regards to keeping stuff wholesome, making people feel lively and having fun. Yeah. But internally, we've had a lot of like just friend groups being built around the community. A lot of our moderators, they take their entire community and just spend all their time in our lobbies and have fun. There's a whole friend group built around our entire volunteer moderator team right now. And just like memes being made, cultural references being made within our community. Cough, cough, no cookies. Cough, cough. People taking photos of me in a box and giving me pancakes as a worshiping shrine. That's a thing.
I don't want to know.
Yeah, you don't want to know. I wake up to thousands of pancakes and cabbages in front of me. I'm like, what's going on? And then there's a meme about a cabbage going around. Cough, cough, twisted, cough, cough. But yeah.
Well, I'm kind of
Aw.
curious now. What about the cabbage and the cookie? Why are there no cookies?
Astro, why are there no cookies? I swear, once people see this video, it's gonna blow up. Oh god. I should have not mentioned the no
Cookies are my
cookies.
addiction. Cookies are
Oh,
my
God.
addiction. I love them. Especially no
Was
bake
it
cookies.
you
Those
that
are my
started
absolute
it?
favorite.
I thought it was
No
Kerber's just
cookies
saying
thing?
something random.
It could have been. I just know that I encouraged it because me and my cookie addiction.
Yeah.
So we can both be to blame.
I don't know. It's crazy. Our community is so lively and happy and cheerful. Like a lot of the time you won't see it until you join our lobby, and it's just like you see the same people there hanging out, having fun. I think at one point, we even have people getting married in our lobbies. There's been multiple wedding. Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Don't question it. Don't question it.
What?
Yeah.
When
There's
did that
people
happen?
getting married. Weddings happening. Congo line. A rave. The world being invaded by aliens. What else? Getting invaded by different communities and like what we're calling our random event encounters, or otherwise called a uh, uh, we have like and these aren't like communities we're sponsored with or anything. They're just people that come in and often show up to our lobbies to like do their events or role play and stuff like that. We have the LPD that comes in. We have the Hapus that come in a lot. Actually, the Hapu Foundation has been very helpful. Their leader, Cough Cough Blaze, and you've already done a podcast with them. They've been helping us out a lot with helping making sure our internal structure is sound and just giving us advice and being somewhat an advisor. But like they come in a lot into our lobbies and like will, I don't know, be Hapus, saying poi
Stare at
poi.
your soul.
Yeah, stare at your
Whee!
soul. And then the LPD would come in and arrest people. I think this one time they came in, me and the staff and like Memory and stuff were just hanging out in the public lobby. And we just see Carrot and like a couple other LPD officers come in and be like, "Excuse me, sir, we're gonna have to take away that pot from you." And it's just like a giant pot. It's just a pot. And they arrest us for having pot. So
I
that
got
was
chased by
fun.
them once.
Yeah,
They
we
do
always
that.
people come in and arrest us and chase us from there. Let me see. We have a couple people that come in and play music from our from the roster.
Oh.
We have Down Lyric that comes in. They're somewhat of a official member to where they come in and pop down their booths and show all these different effects to people. Uh, we have the Black Cat Radio, which is somebody that comes in and plays music. We got Masterhound music that comes in like DJs randomly within our lobbies. The Daleks show up in our lobbies a lot, along with the British Armed Forces. Those are two amazing groups. Highly recommend checking them out. But yeah,
It kind of reminds me of like beginning days VRchat where everyone was just kind of on for memes and like happiness, you know? And then
yeah,
there was a part of VRchat where you didn't want to go into public worlds because there was just so many fun, totally fun things going on. It's given like this sense of just non-toxic community, like in a way. I don't know. It just
and
reminds me of
nostalgia.
nostalgia. That's the word I was looking for. Because I
Yeah,
remember forever ago, I would always want to go into the Great Pug and like just exist. And there was so many nice people just like talking and having like random talks about like movies that were going on or how their life was or what was I guess the Uganda Knuckles meme would happen all the
yeah.
time and there'd be raids with that and then the Kermit stuff. All oh god, good times. And
Oh,
then
we
there
got
was
invaded
like
by Kermits too.
oh, Kermit's, I love that Kermit meme.
Oh God.
It's what got me into this game. I'm not gonna lie, I love that Kermit meme.
Finally, someone who came in
It
not
just,
because of the Uganda Knuckles. You've heard that as a recent entry so often.
dude, that was I love that era though. The Uganda Knuckles, just there would be huge groups too. You would never see like one or two. You just see like 10 of them come into a world, and you were
Yeah.
having a conversation, and then it's just bro, what is
Oh
happening?
God.
And then they just pick one person to just start clicking around. It's amazing. I love those times. But
Yeah.
like with the raids that happen with like all the other stuff, it's just it's like brings that nostalgia and I love it. It's great. Why is my hair all messed up?
Yeah.
So,
And I honestly, I would say there's like three top main groups within the for the Black Cat, like the lobby or that groups that would come in and host in the lobbies for the Black Cat, and I would say we're one of those three. We're usually always at the top roster. People are always like, "Oh, let's go to the Synapse. Let's have fun." When I'm going out and this like talking to people in the community, I just hear people just out of nowhere, not me mentioning the Synapse at all, not nothing, being like, "Hey guys, let's go to the Synapse lobby. They're pretty cool. Let's go have fun." And it's just like it makes my heart pitter patter when I see that. And then just people
Pitter
just
patter.
nonchalantly repping our banner and everything like that. It's fun to see how much the group has grown from just a small hangout group to thousands of people coming out to our events, thousands of people hanging out in our worlds on a daily basis, with I would say around 100 to 200 people joining on a daily basis in our community.
Wow.
It's wild to think about.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
Just
I have a dual part question for you, but based on two things both of you have talked about a little bit. First of which is, what is your favorite random encounter within your lobbies that you've planned? And what is your favorite community encounter where someone came forth and said something about the Synapse or something you're doing? Is there any moments with either of those that have stuck with you?
I think a random encounter was I was hosting an event for it's the one world where you get to live action play and
Audience
Audience
Anarchy?
Anarchy.
yeah,
Oh
that
God,
one.
I remember that night. I know what night you're talking about.
There was just like these God, I don't remember what anime it was from, but like a bunch of anime people came in and they were started like voice acting like their animes, and then they started acting that out while the skit was happening. I found that really funny for like just a strange interaction. And then afterwards, one of the new peoples who had person who had joined off was wondering like what this community was because they had just like an awesome time and they had like the most fun that they've had in a couple of months and that it brightened their day. And I was like, I gave them information and I'm pretty sure they come back. I haven't been to one in a sec because of school and all that jazz, but I see them in the Discord server. That's for sure.
Mm.
I just love being able to show people like a good time and having them experience like a genuinely like happy interaction with VR chat because some people will get on and just have one bad experience and then just not want to hop back on or they'll just not find their click.
Mm.
But that person definitely did find their click and I'm glad that we could help them do that.
Mm.
And we have a lot
Those
of
are my two
people within our
experiences.
community, not only staff team or people volunteering with us, but just like random role models that will come out and be role models for not only those that are underage, but people that are adults that like are going through a hard time, like depression or being sad, to where they find it being happy here, and people that will mentor them, and like we have people that come out and teach people Blender, Substance Painter, how to design stuff, how to make their own avatar, and just do cool things like that, and get more people interested in it. It's just crazy.
Oh. What about you, Astra? You run away.
Slide away.
I ain't talking about mine. This one has it recorded.
Oh.
I'm curious, what?
Nope.
Oh, have I not been talking this entire time? That's awkward.
Nope.
I would say Astra had a pretty interesting event at one of our Sunday night events. She got bullied. We won't get into that. It was pretty
I'm
funny.
genuinely so curious.
Nope.
I'll tell you about it after, Cherry. I'll show you the clip. But
I want to see
yeah,
that clip.
but yeah, it's interesting.
Okay. Well, just so we won't embarrass Astra, I'll ask the next question, which is, after running this community for as long as you have you viewed VRChat any differently than you did when you started?
I'm very passionate about the community. I want to make sure it's an inclusive place for everybody. Not only like people around our age that are adults that are going to college and everything, but those that are younger that want to learn and want to do all this. I'm very passionate about this being a place for everybody. All walks of life, where everybody can be accepted and have fun. But I do feel like there should be, or like my ideas when it comes to it, and my philosophy is, I do feel like there needs to be. That's a lot of political stuff I can't get into, but basically I do feel like it's acceptable, or the VRChat should be accepted to everybody, which back then I felt like, yeah, let's just have fun, let's do this, I don't want kids around, etc., etc. Yeah, my beliefs have changed, how I see life has changed. So yeah, but Cherry, let's, you.
I agree with that. Like when I first hopped on VRChat was because of a meme. I thought it was funny, and I didn't really look at the community as like something I would stay with, like make friends. I just wanted to like check it out, and there was like a time where I just didn't play VRChat because I was like, oh god, so many kids with Quest headsets. This is horrible. How can I ever play again? And then I realized it's not just kids. There needs to, totally the political thing. I know what you mean now when you say that. There's got to be a regulation at some point on who should be on VRChat and who shouldn't. But like,
yeah, there's a whole environment. Everybody has their own environment here, but we won't get too much into it. But there's a lot of political stuff that we do feel that needs to be added, but not in a bad way.
Yeah, but now I've seen that they're not all horrible little goblins.
Yeah.
I had to
Herbers.
work with kids for work IRL, and I've just never had like a good experience with it. But I've met a lot of really chill like kids here. I say kids, but they're like basically adults. I mean,
yeah,
kind of. I don't know. they have a lot of emotional intelligence. I would say.
Yeah.
And respect. I see VRChat more of like as a big community rather than just some meme. And I've made a lot of good friends and relationships, and I've met people IRL from the game, which I still boggles my mind.
Cough meetup.
Washington. Yeah. Anyways.
Well, technically, we could move it now. We'll talk about that later. But yeah.
Okay. What about you, Astra? Do you see anything any differently from when things started?
Well, when I first started, I just joined because one of my old classmates told me, "Hey, get on. It might help you." They were one of the few people I would actually talk to back in school. So I did, but they weren't really on for me. So I was just lost. But now I actually see it as it's still a maze, but it's a good maze. But I will say this. Because of how unhinged and how unmodded some people are, this is definitely a good way to do friendly moderation in a way. Not official, but in a way letting people know, hey, safe, cozy space. Come to Big Sis.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I said, a lot of our staff and like just other people in the community mentor, especially those of the younger age. Like they don't know how to. I would say they don't have so much of the social skills, and a lot of our community does. So those that are more socially adept will go out and help them. I think there was this one time to where somebody was having a hard time with a test, and then they were also going to prom with their girlfriend, and they're upset and didn't know how to do social skills and stuff. And one of our staff members went out and sat down, talked them through it, helped them.
Oh no. Oh no. VRChat strikes again. Or maybe just Wi-Fi.
Cue the old
This is the
happening
awakening.
meme from back when the movie first came out.
Oh, poor soul. Oh, you lose.
Oh,
Not yet.
Maybe.
Okay, where do
There
you
we
hear
go.
me last? Where do you hear me? Sorry, I'm on Starlink. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
do you see me?
we
Yep.
last
Okay.
heard you leave off at one of your staff members worked with someone through prom and tests, and that was the last thing we heard from you. Hello, we're here to interrupt the most interesting thing being said in our current video to ask you a favor, which is, would you mind joining us at any of the socials we have, such as Discord? We're hanging out all the time playing video games, so you can catch us there very frequently. We have I run Twitter for us, which is LionTurtle21 on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. It'll always be Twitter. But either way, there's that. We also have a Patreon, which we actually have a whole other show for our Patreon members, which are Aliquum and the newest addition to the bunch, Future Oracle,
Niche, and Forbidden Zero, good friends of ours.
Yeah, thank you very much, you guys, for joining. It means a whole lot that you're
Yes.
there. And hope to see you there as well. We have a whole other show. There are some free ones we have released as well for the audio for you to listen to and to see what it's like. It's like a whole other show as a thank you. With that said, please enjoy the rest of your podcast on YouTube.
Yeah, and then it was just so emotional to see just having somebody sit down with one of our younger folk within our community and help them out through a hard time. I would really like to see that more eventually. One of my goals in the future, or something I want to spur up, is a sort of mentor program for those in VRChat that can help them through these social skills. Like I was helped out when I first joined the platform, and these two were also helped out with. It would be something very helpful, but it would need a lot of people to volunteer, and that's why we're trying our best to get more people to volunteer for both our staff team and VM. But it's something that takes time.
You don't
Emotions are
hear
tricky.
you don't hear of that very often from VR chat groups or players wanting to help out the younger folk. Usually, when I've seen the common interaction is keep away from questies, and people like disappear to friends plus lobbies or PC only worlds to avoid them.
Yeah.
I think it's a very wholesome and kind thing to do to try and like provide a better experience for those younger folks other than the Black Cat lobby.
Yeah. How we consider a community, it's open. So think of it as like a event that's happening downtown where you live, to where everybody's welcome, and it's 100% wholesome. There's nothing, no drinking, no nothing. But when we do have drinking, we do exclude any of those that are under the age, like with our anniversary event. But it's still 24/7 wholesome. People are still being happy and helpful to others. And that's what we hope to have, is like we don't want to turn out like a club or anything. We want to be a community that is inclusive and helpful to everybody. That's one of the reasons we're going to be having a public world where people can come out and watch our anniversary event. To where everybody can come out and do that. But yeah.
Why are you staring at me? You explained that perfectly.
I don't know.
Stop staring at me.
Bonk. I don't know. I'm shy.
Well,
You're doing
But
great.
yeah.
I think all of you are doing fantastic. You're actually very, very communicative, and I very much enjoy it. And you're easy to talk to, so I give you 2 thumbs up.
Thank you,
Brownie
thank you.
points.
Yeah, brownie points.
Brownie
Hey,
points.
brownies.
No, no cookies or brownies.
But I want cookies. And hey, if we
Hello.
get more sponsors, eventually once we go net positive, I'll invest my money into buying all of you guys cookies. A box of cookies, I'll deliver it to your house.
Why
Oh my
not do
God,
Synapse
cookies.
official branded cookies?
Dude,
I would. If we weren't so
Wait.
most of our funding comes from me at this point. And eventually I want to get to that point to where our posters are paid off, our external programs are paid off, and like cough cough Minecraft servers paid off, and like all that's being paid off through the Patreon or something. Cough cough, go check out our Patreon on our website. Self promotion. But yeah, eventually once that's all paid off, I do want to eventually do like merchandise similar to how Shelter does their stuff, to where they'll send out merchandise for those that support the Patreon, and do stuff like that. Like I have coffee coasters custom made that are lined up. I have custom halos that we want to release. We want to release a lot, but we don't have a lot of funding. But we also don't want to go out and push funding on people. You know what I mean? We don't want to be like, oh, you have to pay to get in. Da 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 da. We want to, like I said, we want to be exclusive and only take it from
Inclusivity.
donations. Yeah. So right, yeah,
Don't put a paywall behind things, because that's our
yeah.
community.
We don't
is
want to put a
mainly,
paywall
like,
behind things. Yeah.
most of our community don't have jobs. Woo!
Yeah, and like I said, we only will take donations, and if we feel like they can't afford the donations, we'll decline it. We've had to do a couple of that a couple of times, but yeah.
So I have another question for 3 of you. Since it was mentioned earlier that all 3 of you are role players, what was your first VR chat role play, and what made you from that experience want to keep on role playing? Oh.
Fine.
This is gonna be an interesting topic.
I mean, my first roleplay experience probably was the LPD.
I would say the same too. LPD was like, or I don't know. They're like the only group that actively goes out into the community and talks with people. And one of my friend Blue Angel was in there at that time. They were in the original friend group that I was talking about, and I'll eventually be bringing out a document here soon of talking about that. Not a bad one, but like my history within VRChat. But he was in LPD. I joined off of him, and I was like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "I'm role playing in this group. You should join." I'm like, "Okay," and I joined, and there was a very fun community within LPD. It was very interesting, and yeah.
Yeah. I think I would think I joined because I saw it in one of the New Year's worlds. I was like, I wonder what this would be like.
Yeah.
And then I tried it and I was like, oh, this is kind of fun. And then I made friends there as well. And then eventually like furthered in, I became an event host over there, and I haven't been able to do it much again because of classes, but it's I love the roleplay side. It has a lot of potential, and it's more than just that. It's just anything that you can imagine. So if you're really imaginative, which I think I am. I like to think I'm a pretty imaginative person. Just go out and do stupid things, but within the guidelines of the community. And they have so much that you can like do as well, like with like their whole citywide and most wanted, all their events stuff. What is happening? I'm trying to have a very in-depth conversation right now. Like that was definitely my first experience with roleplay, and it was a really good one. I personally, my hair, would not have gotten so much into roleplay if it wasn't how nice the community was and how interactive they had their events to be. But yeah, I think that was a really good experience, good first experience.
I'm gonna be honest, I first started role-playing in Discord because of an app called Geeking, Geeking. That is long gone. There are stories on that. But in VR, I started role-playing because of Werewolf Town of Salem. If you guys don't know what that is, Mafia, but supernatural.
That's so true. I completely forgot about Town of Salem.
It is so much fun. And then it also kind of crossed over into a Danganronpa roleplay. I did not last
Honestly,
the first night.
I think I was
ramen cup.
I think I was around the same environment too before LPD, but I wouldn't really consider it like as an active role play like how LPD and other groups are.
Mm-hmm.
I would just say they're session based.
But that's why I also say Danganronpa.
Yeah.
I can imagine you, Danganronpa. Jinx.
I could see it. Cough, cough, stars. Start up our murder mystery events. I really want them. Cough, cough. But yeah. Yeah.
Cool. All right. So
Why did you start like that?
What is your guys' three of independently? What is your favorite roleplay group on the platform? What would you recommend for people?
Oh my.
Cough, cough. Upcoming APP. Cough, cough.
You can't say the own community. You can't say that.
Hey.
I mean, valid, yes.
Hey, we could totally
Already
make
active?
at least the public version active. Cough, cough.
I don't. The only one that I've interacted with was the DPS and LPD. I say Hapu as well. They're very cute.
Yeah,
They're like
Hapu's
little.
very
Their eyes
cute.
stare into your soul.
But
any of those, like LPD, Hapu, and well, not DPS, but may their memory rest in our souls. We love them dearly.
So, Mask, I just have to ask real quick, what is DPS?
Dimensional postal system. Yeah, they
sure
would.
about
Oh, that's.
I knew that question.
Oh
was
my
coming.
God, I forgot. There's another acronym. Oh, you guys
Yes.
suck. I hate you guys.
Oh, God.
No, you. You
Blame it on
explain
Astra.
DPS. They're basically like a postal service that they would do kind of what the LPD does, and they go out into different worlds and they basically roleplay off of packages. So they would go up to somebody and be like, "Do we have a package for you?" I've never actually been in the community like that. I would read about it, and I was in to help for the court case. So I was just looking at what their event titles were, and that's what my assumption is. I'm pretty sure. But I'm not the best person to ask, considering I wasn't in it. Yeah. Oh, and also the maid cafe that Choco does. That was so cute.
God.
We went to one of their events.
That was
I would
one of-
totally
that was-
recommend that.
that was like our first
was so
partner
cute.
is with the Maid Cafe. They're amazing. I highly recommend checking them out. They're so adorable. Chocolate, amazing. She is beautiful and does some amazing poetry.
Oh, the poetry. Yeah, I went with during the day we're doing poetry and then just like teaching people how to do like their maid or butler service. So it was kind of like I'm forgetting the exact word, but it was open to the public and they took the public and the maids and butlers that were there at the time and they taught them how to go up to a table and serve like how they would. And I ended up doing the poetry creation with Chocolat, and they helped us make amazing like poems and helped us along how to rhyme things properly and everything. It was really nice. And then we got to tell our poems out to everybody in the lobby.
Oh, sounds like a
I
good
love
time.
that. That was really awesome.
What about you, Astra?
I'd have to say Kocho no Yakuza. That's run by my friend Yuki. Especially if you got like Japanese or Yakuza-based, action-based role plays, definitely want to check out. They actually did an event at pjkt once, and oh my, they had a special boss avatar that took a while for them to work on just for an event. From what I remember, there was like 12 separate animations, and it was a lot to control. I don't remember the full details on it because sadly I missed that. But there was Yuki was on another show and talked about how much work it was to get that one avatar to work just for the boss fight.
I remember hearing about that boss fight because Raptor took part in it and had an absolute blast. Heard all about the giant Roomba.
Oh no, not the giant Roomba.
The giant
So
Roomba.
screw you guys for bringing up maids.
Oh, maids. Oh.
Oh, just wait for
I
a
have a
Maid
maid outfit
Cafe. Did I talk to you about that? We're planning on
Wait,
doing the part or the collab.
You're
The
gonna be
plan
put
was
in a maid
for-
outfit, and you have nothing against
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Cherry gets to too.
I have my maid outfit. It's
We're
prepared.
gonna put bunny ears on Cherry though.
No, that's where I draw the
Yeah.
line.
No, you become a bunny. Congratulations.
What?
Please, I'm not suffering alone. I hate being in a maid dress so much,
Yeah.
but I made a deal.
Oh,
And it's for
What's wrong?
I
charity.
saw the ban button. I saw the ban button, and then my screen went red for a second. I was so nervous. I thought you were gonna kill me again.
Oh, don't look above your head.
No, not again. Oh God.
I don't know what you talk about.
So
I love that thing.
I'm gonna ask you the last couple questions before we wrap up. One of which is one of Raptor's favorites that he wouldn't forgive me if I asked, if I didn't ask. What is just the weirdest thing you've seen in VR chat since you started?
Oh my gosh. I don't even know. I've seen so many weird things, especially when the beginning of VRChat days, there was so many unhinged things that was going on. Oh my god. I think my favorite thing was I got an interaction with Chris Quits Reality. And you know how I don't know if you know who he is, but he's like goes on YouTube and he does like all these, stunts, breaks so many headsets. It's kind of like it was the Kermit avatar. Oh my gosh, that Kermit avatar gives me nightmares. Oh, it was in the
Fillion, but
Black
fleshy.
Cat. I love. Oh, Fillion's awesome too. Oh my god, They're both so funny. But it was the one interaction. I don't think he was recording at the time, but it was the same joke with Kermit, and he was on the yoga ball, and then the word was V and he stuck his legs up. That's the weirdest thing I think I've ever seen, like, that I could talk about.
Oh, the Viva
Fair.
Fajana.
I love that.
I
Those
would
were
say
good days.
a lot of the stuff I've seen I can't talk about because it's so strange and weird that I don't think it would be but I would say the one thing I could talk about is forcibly marrying I was forced to marry a Shrek and a Sonic together and then get them divorced within the span of an hour.
Oh my.
That does seem pretty weird.
And then Obama was Shrek's father, so.
What?
Only in VR chat.
Obama.
This was years ago. There's a whole YouTube video about it somewhere.
Oh no.
I don't want to look it up. I have to say for me, the one that I can talk about it actually happened in an HDS run. For those of you who don't know, HDS Huggy Dungeon series is a horror game series here in VR chat created by Official Saiyan. Love him. He's basically a big brother to me. Actually, to the entire community. In HDS Part 2, there is a challenge where you have to try and carry Teddy. His Teddy version. If you know, you know. So I took a couple of friends through this. I used to have a thing where every Friday I would take people through HDS. One friend decided that he was going to take the challenge, so he grabbed Teddy. He started making out with that thing throughout the map while he held it, and then when he had to get rid of it, he tried to make out with the Alex NPC. That was a fun day. I recorded some of that and set that to Saiyan.
Oh my.
I am glad I didn't take him through part 3. That was gonna be that was gonna be fun.
So next question is the names that you use in VR chat. Where did you get them, and why do you still use them?
Oh gosh. You go, Church.
Oh god. So I've had mine since way before VRChat. Actually, fun fact, I might be changing mine here soon.
Oh.
But yeah, everybody, when I talk to people about the group, they're like, "Oh, is it a church?" And I want to cry internally. But to go back on topic, I was originally given the name back in like 2013 by friends. There's a whole storyline and everything back to it. But long story short, it's based off of a character from Red vs. Blue, an old Halo show from back in the day.
Wait,
and
that's
a lot of people would. What?
Red versus
That's
blue.
what I just lying.
A lot of people would think I sound like Church, at least back then. So they started calling me Church, and it just like caught on rather than my old nickname, and it just went from there.
Ooh. That's an interesting story.
Mm-hmm.
I went through a bunch when I say this is like the third name that I've gone through. I got it because of my favorite German pastry. It translates to cherry cake. So I kept that. I like food. Especially sweets. They're very yummy. But that's all where my name came from. Yummy food, yummy names.
It's an awesome way to get a name, I think.
Mine's kind of a two-parter. So for a while, it was only Compared, which actually came from my Xbox name, Compared Beast 89, which I was just not creative. That was just my default name, and I never changed it. So to make sure that my friends could easily recognize me, I just kept the Compared part. I never really used the Beast part. Most people didn't use the Beast part anyway. And as I slowly developed my identity online to be Astrid Aurora, I didn't want to get her compared because, first of all, the compared part was already unique enough, but I want people to be able to still tell who it was whenever they look at their friends list, so I just added Astra. So since then, I've just stuck with compared Astra, and anyone can choose whatever nickname.
Ooh, okay. That's pretty awesome. And the last question for the three of you is the avatar you're using. Why do you use it? And is there anything about it that's unique to it that means something to you?
Oh.
Oh, why are you looking at me? I mean, oh god. Well, it was me first. My beginning days of VRChat, I never had a set avatar ever until I joined like Helping Hands, and I needed one specifically because I didn't have index controllers, so I needed one that had ASL hands. And this is like the version that I have for the Synapse, but it's originally I made so many changes from different bases, but it's a Dixie cup for the 90s jazz solo cup. Some people call it the Taco Bell cup, but I had it for my TikTok. I liked saving just having that consistency of the same avatar, and I kind of just grew attached to it. It was it's a chinchilla. I really like chinchillas. I didn't know it was a chinchilla from like the first time I looked at it. I thought it was a squirrel. But then I realized it was a chinchilla. And I just something about the jazz solo cup. I'm big 70s, big jazz era. I love it. I love all the colors. And I've been keeping the same base ever since, just slapping it on like different things for different communities. And it will always stay, and I never plan on changing it. This is me forever, and cry about it if you don't like it.
Oh.
You go, Church. You're on the spot now.
So I've been working on my OC since like 2014. And I've been ironing her out ever since. And honestly, this is the closest I could get to her for like any VRChat models. But I've messed around with her so much at this point, at least the VRChat version of her, or it's not really her so much more, but more of it's worn more into my personality and how I like things. Like I like long sleeve jackets. I like I like a lot of clothing. I don't like being unwholesome, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
My current avatar is actually just called Kikyo, and I just like I'm a fox. I like using fox models. I used to use a Wolferia model, but that's a wolf. So as soon as I was able to swap, I swapped to her, and something else. My favorite thing is literally just the hair textures I have on her. Just this thing literally moves. I don't even have to move for it to.
I want to eat it.
Oh.
Looks like
No
Sprinkles.
eating my hair. Do not be like my daughter.
I want airheads though.
I am not Airheads. I am not Cunta Candy. I am not Sprinkles. I am none of that. I am Stardust.
It's
Don't you
totally
dare.
edible.
No, it's not.
Nom 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 nom.
Oh.
Here. Have some skibbity.
What the?
Oh,
My disappointment.
I'm hurt.
Oh
I'm
no.
disappointed.
My disappointment right now.
So
Ah.
thank you all very much for coming on and letting us get to meet you and hear all about Synapse and all of your travels and what you do in public lobbies. It's been absolutely amazing to hear all about you. So thank you for your time. It's been an absolute honor and a pleasure.
Thank you for
It
having
was
us.
fun.
Make sure you check out our anniversary event for all our upcoming news. Yeah.
Oh. And
I feel like you're
Remember to
like
be
the
safe
one
and have fun.
meme that's just like,
Oh.
this is free real estate, or I've been trying to contact you
Hey,
regarding
hey,
your car's
hey,
extended
hey.
warranty.
I'm supposed to be
We're
the
trying to have
community
a
rep.
wholesome moment, and you're putting in advertisements. Anyways, make sure to join the
Hey,
Synapse
no.
or the group.
Yeah.
speaking of
Yeah, and
advertisements,
if you-
where can they find you if they wish to find you?
www.thesynapse.site, or you can check out our VRC group at what's our number?
Professor.
It is I don't know where the number is at.
Professor.
It's-
7346.
Yeah,
Thank you.
SYN7346 as the group code, or you can just look up the Synapse, or just go on Google
Discord.
and look up the Synapse VRChat. We are the first couple websites that you'll find. Alongside that, you can check out our Discord at discord.gg/thesynapse.
Oh.
You got that mesmerized. Remember.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, that's right.
again, thank you all for coming on. And before we close out, I want to say give it to Raptor, but he's not here. But instead, we'll give you, the audience, a question. I'm sure all of you will very much know who both Chris Quist Reality and Fillion is. So here's your question. Who destroys more headsets, Chris or Fillion? That's your question. I'd like to see those arguments.
Definitely Chris.
And with that said, thank you very much, guys. And just because VR may seem crazy, like the black cat, cough, cough, no offense, but doesn't mean you should give it a try. There's lots of cool people like the Synapse here who make it a bit more of a happier and pleasant place to be. So give it a try. We'll see you in the metaverse, folks.